Hello, welcome. Let me fix my light one little bit here. Hello, welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan, and welcome to all our longtime followers who seem to, a few of you have logged in a little early here. Peter, yeah, wow, sounds pretty heavy. Yeah, just do what you can, Peter. But if you got sounds like you got more pressing stuff to take care of or that you're involved with tonight. So yeah, please, yeah, do that. Come back if and when you have time and you're feeling up for it. If not, we have Uncle here to moderate, so we should be cool. Uncle's turned out to be a formidable moderator to F with, so he's good at timing out and blocking people too, Peter. So yeah, feel no pressure. Yeah, just come back only if you want. If you come back, don't even worry about moderating. I'm sure between me and Uncle, we got it. So anyway, welcome back, late model, from your trip. Yeah, I forgot you mentioned that last week, huh? So yeah, that's cool. You got to, well, it looks like you went to, Washington State. Is that where you headed up north from Oregon to up north a bit? Wow, that sounds fun. And AJ, aloha to you too. Welcome, AJ and Sarah and Peter and Uncle, longtime viewers, and a lot of our happy fam is logging in right now, like Luciano. Oh, you missed the last live stream, Luciano. I can't remember last Friday to be honest with you right now. I guess I'm having vegan brain fog. I just it's not coming back to me. But I'm glad you're back though, Luciano. Awesome. And I thought I saw a couple other long timers. I see formerly known as Vegan or Metalhead. He was commenting earlier. He said he'll be on. Went to a vegan pop-up Saturday and had fun. Awesome. Yeah, there you are. You missed the last live stream too. Well, welcome back. Our two happy fams who missed last Friday. Hey, it happens. Stuff happens on Fridays sometimes. So it's all good. Let's see. Dark Vegan. Whoa. You changed your username there? Cool. Awesome. And Fu Man Poo, glad to see you back here too. You separated your demonic neighbors with 10 minutes of 100-watt glorious Mesa Boogie guitar sounds after those imbeciles played very loud reggae for hours. Smooth Criminal by MJ. Cool. How did that go? How did competing with loud reggae compare with your 100-watt Mesa Boogie out there? 100-watt amp of any brand should be able to make your eardrums bleed and get police called. But hopefully it all ended up well. Let's see. So anyway, yeah, welcome everyone. If I seem a little tired today, I am. I had a they shut it up. That's good, Fu Man Poo. Anyway, yeah, I had a pretty big day on the basketball court today. Yeah, I actually played. Usually I'm just like warming up, doing my drills and stuff like that. And today, I guess I haven't been on Friday. I think a couple of my friends who are in the 50s and they're really good players. Like one guy played on college. He used to be on like ESPN in the like 90s, I guess, or whatever. And another guy, he's like my height, has a really good shot. So we played with one other younger dude, probably about 30 or so, four of us. And yeah, I'm beat, man. I'm so tired today. I could show you my workout stats later if you want to see how this 58-and-a-half-year-old vegan is faring after not having any animal products since the latter quarter of 2010. I'm still not falling apart yet. So anyway, yeah, I hate to show you all my workouts because it's hard to see. The camera doesn't focus. But if anyone is pressed on it, doesn't believe I can like move because like a vegan diet makes people like totally lethargic and unathletic and all your energy's gone. If you're one of those people, I'll show you the proof contrary. And I'll show you what kind of high heart rates I got in today too. That's another reason why I'm tired too. I think this is the first time I played in maybe like 3 weeks maybe. It's been tough. Yeah, I've only been going once a week for the past few weeks because of various things going on. But anyway, yeah, Luciano, yeah, it doesn't matter if they're playing loud reggae or anything. They could be playing loud, like my favorite band or whatever. Yeah, it's just, it's the volume that we're not excited about when neighbors do that. So totally understandable, Fu, if you weren't excited about that. Yeah, Uncle, yeah, smash the like button. Everyone, smash the like button there with Uncle. Just go and smash it right now. Oh, so late model, when you're up on your trip there, yeah, Hood River is in Oregon, right at the border, but you did dip into Washington for exploring. Okay. Yeah, I have a very vague sense of that area there, the Oregon Washington border, because I've only traveled up to that part of the world just a couple times, you know. And I think only, no, once. No, I guess twice by road, one by plane. So yeah, 3 times. I've been to like Seattle or Portland or something like that, Pacific Northwest trips. So yeah, I really don't know the area that well. I know some of the names of the geography, but yeah. Anyway, I do know Mount Hood is not too far from Portland. And I saw something about some nachos, the best vegan nachos of your life, and the best vegan Reuben Sando of your life. Awesome, cool. Where'd you find those at? Did you find those like in a bigger city like a Portland or outskirts of there, or like in a smaller, hipper, more natural setting place? Because if it's the latter, that sounds like a total score. Hey, Nikki, welcome. And welcome, Morgan. Let's see, what am I missing here? Yeah, Fu Man Poo, yeah, I love reggae. Nothing wrong with reggae, but not loud and for hours. Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to like blast your stereo outside where everyone has to be bothered by it. It's so rude, so inconsiderate. Yeah, I mean, I can get loud sometimes, and if so, I have my windows closed. You know, you're not going to hear more than like a little thud. I've done that. I've sat in this room here before with the music pretty cranked up, and I wanted to see what it sounded like at night. So I've done it. I've gone outside, listen outside the window. You can hear something's going on in here, but if you're in your own place with your windows closed, even maybe with your windows open, but definitely with your windows closed, you wouldn't have any inkling that there's some pretty like, you know, decent decibels happening in this room. But yeah, I'm considerate about that, you know. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to piss people off, you know. I know what it's like when I get pissed off, and I wouldn't want to do that to others. So anyway, hey, Don Jackson, plant-based diet rock. You meant to say rocks, like 100 decibel rocks, 100 watts of rocking like Fu Man Poo's doing. Hey, Peter. Yeah, man. It sounds like you're watching some heavy stuff there right now. Seriously, if you're not up for hanging out with us, totally got it. But if you just want to be here and chill, and like I said, you don't even have to moderate. I have complete confidence that Uncle will protect me if I need any protecting. And judging how it's been for quite a while now, I really don't need all that much protecting all that much lately. It's super chill. Oh, Fu Man Poo, your blood work was awesome. I forgot. Did you say you're getting some blood work? Your blood work was awesome, except for your high testosterone. I didn't think. I thought you were taking steroids, not testosterone. If I'm mistaken, let us know, Fu. What stuff are you taking exactly? Are you taking testosterone and steroids plus other stuff? Maybe. Just curious. And if you don't want to share, you don't have to. But if you want to share, I'd be curious to hear about it. Hey, Travis is here, and VLAM says, hey Ryan, happy, and everyone else, happy Friday/Saturday. Yeah, VLAM is in Asia. Our viewers that watch or listen in Australia and Asia, yeah, they're already on Saturday. Yeah, I knew Fu was on roids, late model, but now he said his sky-high testosterone too. So is that just natural sky-high testosterone like mine? I tell you, like when I got mine tested last, 4 odd years ago, it was like the level of like a dude in his late 20s, like their testosterone prime. And this is me in my mid 50s, so I shouldn't have been assuming, Fu, that you couldn't have sky high testosterone like me as a 50 something, I guess, or Gen X vegan, and do it naturally like I'm doing. I've never got any testosterone shots, never. I don't even know what steroids look like, honestly, guys. I don't know, like what Fu's doing. Do you take a pill that you swallow? Do you get an injection? Is it a capsule? I don't know. You rub it on your skin? I have no clue what this stuff is like. I'm a total 100% natural athlete. Hutchie thought testosterone was a kind of steroid. I mean, it gets used kind of like a steroid, but it's technically a hormone. So I don't think steroids are I don't know. I'm not a medical doctor, biologist, dumb music producer. If you guys want to talk about what this stuff is, I don't know. Let's see. Is Heidi here too? I see people saying hello to Heidi. Where is Heidi? I'm looking. I'm having vegan brain frog still. Huh. There's Heidi. Okay, hi Heidi. Somehow I didn't see your earlier comments. I saw people commenting to you. You know what I need to do? I need to set something here in my chat to have it be live chat, so to make sure I get every single comment, because sometimes it will not show them. So anyway, here we are. Cool. I suggest you do that too. Go from select live chat instead of top chat. A lot of times top chat is default. I'm looking at my browser here. Top chat is default, but that's on computers. I don't know what it's like on a. I never looked for the chat default settings on a mobile device. So anyway, let's see. So what else are you guys talking about here? Is I'm confused about things. So anyway. No, I didn't hear that. RFK Jr. supposedly admitted that he used to snort cocaine directly off dirty toilet seats. No, why would you admit that if you did that? I mean, I've never done that, but if I did, I wouldn't want to tell people about that. That's just something I would keep private, especially if I were like a, a head, in a presidential cabinet or whatever. It's not the kind of thing that you want to talk about. Kind of weird. But I don't pay attention to that guy either. It doesn't have any impression on me other than things I just kind of question when I hear comments attributed to him. But anyway, nothing about politics, just about evidence. One thing I'm really a stickler for is evidence-based information. So if I see opinion coming from anyone that contradicts like established consensus, scientific consensus, evidence-based stuff like that, I tend to frown upon that kindly. So anyway, he's a heroin addict too? Seriously? I didn't know that. Wow. Are you serious there, AJ? I had no idea. And Travis, no, I'm not watching any of the Olympics. A little bit of sports watching time I've devoted lately. We're purely just some recent Lakers games. But no, I don't have time for Olympics. I tell you, it's not a hard and fast rule, but for like 99% of my sports watching, I watch sports that I do, either now currently or have done in my past, which kind of limits it to like surfing, skateboarding, tennis, and basketball kind of. But that said, I do like winter sports. I got, like a lot of people did in the 2010s, I got interested in watching, not wanting to participate myself, but in, curling, where they push the round disc on the ice down the, I don't know what it's called, the lane of ice. Anyway, I think that's kind of cool. I think it's an interesting sport to watch. They're all moving their sticks and scrubbing the ice. It's really cool. So yeah, thanks for reminding me that stuff's probably on right now. Any of you guys watched any curling? Let me know if curling's happening right now. I was really into the Japanese ladies team. I think it was 4 years ago, the last Olympics. They were really cute, really good athletes. Just had a great positive attitude. You'd be bummed you'd watch them. And you just have a smile on your face like, wow, they're so cool. But anyway, okay, yeah, of course you would have curling and bend. Yeah, you have the kind of climate that could support frozen ice better than anywhere down here in California, unless you're in the mountains or something like that. Okay, AJ, I didn't know that. RFK, he's sure done a lot of stuff in his life. RFK had the time to go to law school and everything and be an environmental lawyer while also having time to be a heroin addict and snort cocaine off toilet seats. Wow, what a trippy life. And now he's a presidential cabinet person. Anyway, and his dad is RFK Sr. Like, that's a trippy life. I haven't watched the Super Bowl halftime show yet. I want to. I see it. It's up for a stream on YouTube. Yeah, we'll check it out for sure. Yeah, we didn't really watch any Super Bowl. I didn't say really any because we didn't ever turn it on. But we did order a pizza. I don't know, West Coast time. I don't know, about maybe 4:30 or 5 or something. So we walked. No, we drove to a local pizza place, not the Italian place, but one local one that makes a vegan pizza. And it wasn't ready when we got there. I just thought we'd go in, grab it. but we had to wait. I guess they were busy. A lot of people besides ourselves were picking up pizzas. My point is, though, up on the screen, I could see, oh, there's the game. It shows you how much I know about the game. After talking to you guys last week when you said it was going to be in California, I just assumed it was going to be at SoFi Stadium in SoCal. I later learned to know it was some other place, Santa Clara Stadium or something like that. Anyway, I didn't see any football there. The other one, I looked up at the screen for a couple times when we were waiting to wait for our pizza. Hey, Graven Babies, RFK doing drugs is the least of our problems. Who could care? Good point. I'm just saying, what a weird life that guy's had. So anyway, let's see. And Heidi, you said you've been wanting to watch the Olympics, but you've been stuck on Nancy Guthrie. I've seen. You say I'm kind of on a news limited diet. I've seen that there's a story going on about Nancy Guthrie. I'm not sure who she is exactly, and that she's been kidnapped. Is that right? And I think that's where that's all I know, and she hasn't been found yet. Maybe there's some ransoms or something like that. Is that kind of what's going on? You don't need to explain it all, but I just know a little bit about it. I tell you, I don't watch news or anything, and my news pretty much comes from Reddit. And I have my Reddit feed kind of like I have it set so I'm only getting posts from the groups that I actually follow or subscribe to, rather than trying to do some algorithm kind of thing like Meta, in which I don't like. Anyway, yeah, really decreasing my exposure to the Meta, especially Facebook ecosystem. Yeah, kind of logging my count down and just kind of getting out of there. Been meaning to do this for years and years and years, and yep. So I think now this year where I'm going to be super not on any. Not that I used it much, but anyway, even less than ever. Let's see, what's that, Heidi? So you're talking to AJ about the Guthrie situation. Super weird and Twilight Zone feeling. Tired of all the ransom nonsense at this point. Does look like potential for something tonight. Huh. And AJ thinks, yeah, the case is so strange, something not right. Let's see. And good, yeah, late model. I think we're on the same page. The reason why I'm on a low news, not a no news, but a very news restricted diet. Yeah, news is kind of bad for your health. I mean, growing up in a major city like I did, I realized at a young age, not that young, probably when I went to college or something. I guess that's still relatively young, but like in LA, just you guys know what I'm talking about. If anyone lives in a major city, it could be LA, San Francisco, probably Portland. That's kind of a small, big city though. New York, places like that. The first stories that come on, the first 5-10 minutes, is just these horrible things. People getting killed and some other bad thing. Just horrible things. When I moved to Santa Barbara for college, it's like, no, when they come on the news and the local Santa Barbara news, it's nothing bad because bad things don't really happen there. I mean, when I lived there, at one point, I think someone got stabbed on the main drag there, State Street, where all the drunk kids go and party and tourists go on Saturday nights and stuff. That was it. I think the person survived. That was like the big talk of the town. The town was shocked and everything. I go, that would make the top stories in any night of LA news. So anyway, I learned very early that depending on what your circumstances are, news can be very toxic for your mental health. I'm not saying you should be ignorant of what's going on in the world. I'm just saying there are ways to still get a decent amount of news, what you need to know, without being exposed to the full force of like the most like devastating ways of getting news. And I'm not blaming any of you guys if you're watching all the news that can make you feel bummed like that. I'm just saying for me, I'm a very sensitive person. So I have to do what I got to do in life to try to protect my my mental health, my mental states. Anyway, feel free to do what you're doing. I'm saying if you're not doing like I'm doing, you're not doing it wrong. I'm just giving you my personal take and my personal tweaks I've implemented personally to just try to keep my shit together, mentally. What's up, Heidi? Yeah, for sure, Ryan. we can take in way more than we should. Yeah. Again, I'm not saying be completely ignorant of events in the world and local, but I think there's a sweet spot, maybe a Goldilocks spot, maybe. And I'm not saying I found it for sure, but there's definitely too much, too little. Again, it's like the middle path is usually the right. That's why I say it's like I'm very Buddhist. Usually the middle path is the best. Like if you have too much, it could just really mess with your head. Too little, you might just be blissfully ignorant and unaware of anything going on. I don't think that's good either. Gotta know a little bit what's going on, but not to the point where it starts to affect your life in a not good way. So anyway, is it a carnivore troll? Oh, where's the carnivore troll? Let me look for the carnivore troll. We like carnivore trolls. Are you saying anything intelligent, carnivore troll? If you have a question for me, because I often invite people who disagree with my point of view to come and say, why they think veganism is horrible, or why I'm a horrible person because I peacefully eat plants without, trying to make other people feel bad because they're not as cool as I am, So anyway, if this person's here, okay, Terry, okay, good. I'm glad you identified yourself. Do you have any questions for me? Do you want to ask something? What do I think about your carnivore diet, and what sense? You ever? Let me just give you this little tip, Terry Morris. What you need to follow on Instagram is let me pull their account up here so I can make sure I got the spelling right. You should be able to figure out how to spell carnivore cringe, right? Anyway, go to Instagram, look up carnivore cringe. I believe it's all one word. You guys know what I'm talking about. And you'll see the side of the carnivore diet that people aren't really always talking about. This person that runs, or people that run the carnivore cringe count, they subscribe to the carnivore Reddit and other places where carnivore minded people message each other thinking they're in private. And you see how it's not the greatest thing. I mean, let me just read you the latest story on carnivore cringe. Let me just look them up right now, so I'm not just speaking hypothetically. There they are. Let me find their latest post here. Let's see. Okay, here's one from someone. I suffer with terrible arm and hand cramps during night, nearly every night. I take magnesium supplements before bed, also a teaspoon of Celtic salt with water. So far has not helped. Any suggestions? Someone said menopause. Let's see, next post here. This is all from today. I'm just not making this up. This is a post from an account called Carnivore Diet for Beginners. Or at least that's the group. Hey y'all, I have a few questions. I did carnivore for about 3 months and lost quite a bit of weight. However, recently I've started to feel heavy heart and a fast heartbeat. And I'm really scared if this diet is increasing my cholesterol, and I'm so scared of heart attacks and stuff. What should I do? I'm really confused. And people are saying below, cholesterol is good. It doesn't damage your heart. It repairs the damage caused by fruits and sugar and potatoes and stuff like that. So there's a lot of misinformation going on about that. That is contrary to the scientific consensus. Just look up, is cholesterol good for the heart? Do it. Just Google it right now and see if it says, is cholesterol good for the heart? You're going to find no heart professionals. You're going to find carnivore people that are, not all, some will say this, not to say every last carnivore person is completely behind this misinformation thing. So I think there's a lot of unhealthy and dangerous information promoted by carnivore proponents. For example, let's just go look right now. So you just don't have to take my word for it. Let's see. Is cholesterol good for the heart? Okay, this overview says it's not inherently good or bad for the heart. Yeah, because, it depends on the quantities. Yeah, it becomes a risk factor when high levels of bad LDL cholesterol build up as plaque in arteries. Yeah, I shouldn't say, all cholesterol is automatically bad for the heart. I mean, our bodies naturally produce cholesterol, and if you eat a diet where your cholesterol isn't getting elevated to unhealthy levels, I guess in those cases, I mean, you can even have dietary cholesterol as a vegan, believe it or not. A lot of people think dietary cholesterol only comes from eating animal products. No, just eat some food that's high in saturated fat, particularly like stuff made out of like coconut oil, coconut milk, stuff like that. A lot of vegan sweets like, you know, Ben and Jerry's and stuff like that. If you for some reason as a vegan have the goal or intention to increase your cholesterol levels, there's ways you can do it. Just eat that stuff. That from what I understand, that's the high saturated fat coconut oil stuff. Raises LDL cholesterol faster than most animal products do. So, you know, anyway, that's what I think your diet. It's usually promoted by people like fruitarians. Even though the opposite end of the spectrum they're promoting these diets, talking about some kind of healthy diet. It's going to clear you of all your diseases and all that stuff. Fruitarians say the same stuff. I was sick. I started eating fruit and juicing and only eating juice and cleared up all this stuff. Well, they're promoting a diet that's not recommended by any health organization in the world. And the same with carnivore. People, you know, come to it anecdotally. Oh, I had symptoms X, Y, and Z. Nothing would fix it. Even tried going vegan, didn't help. So I ate only meat and symptoms went away. All right, cool. It's all anecdotal, but no health organization in the world promotes it. And I didn't even get to the post where the guys say, hey, I was carnivore for like 3 or 6 months or whatever. I got shocked. I went to the doctor. My total cholesterol is like 490 and my LDL cholesterol is like 350. It's like the doctor's freaking out about me. And everyone said, oh, you're doing it wrong, or cholesterol is not bad for you. Again, you're not going to find any health organization saying that elevated cholesterol levels are actually good for you. And actually, let me change my little search there. Or I should rephrase it better, is high cholesterol good for the heart? High cholesterol is generally not good for the heart. In fact, high levels of LDL, bad cholesterol, are a major risk factor for heart disease, stroke. Yeah, so right there you go. It's these carnivore guys say, no, having high cholesterol levels is really good for you. Well, you know, the scientific consensus says, no, it increases your risk factor for some common ways of getting really sick or even dying. So I don't know if our friend's still here anymore, but if you have any questions for me, ask my opinion on the carnivore diet. That's it. I could say way more, but I think that's all I want to talk about right now. Hey, Heidi says Carmichael's saying I'm not answering his question. Hey, Carmichael, this is last week. You're trolling me again in a friendly way. I know you're not doing it in bad faith, but I remember last week you're saying I didn't see your comments. But if you have a question for me, Carmichael, honestly, seriously, just ask it, and we'll get to it. What about low cholesterol? IT depends. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a medical doctor. Don't ask me. I'm sure if your cholesterol is too low, that probably has some medical risks or problems too. Again, that's not something I'm going to talk about because I'm not a doctor. I do know that elevated levels of cholesterol, as I show you there, are generally not a good thing for people, despite what many proponents of certain fad diets will tell you. But, you know, contrary to the scientific consensus, particularly scientific consensus among people who study and research heart science. So anyway, Peter, is that true? A man on the carnivore diet literally started oozing cholesterol out of his pores and hands? Well, for the carnivore people, they'd say, that guy's a win. I want to be like him. I want cholesterol to ooze out of me. That means I have the highest levels, and that it's so good for you. But it's not. Anyway, So anyway, who's drinking urine? Peter, hey, where did that come from? Yeah, Giovanni, I remember, I saw Mike the Vegan's video. Was it last week about Michaela Peterson? You know, it's not on the carnivore diet. It's funny. It's like an all fruit diet. The fruitarians, like, you know, people do it for a bit, then they stop. You know, it seems like the carnivore diet's like a temporary thing. While you try to clear up some symptoms or something that didn't work out, you go on an elimination diet. You could do it with all fruit. So fruitarians do. You could do it with all meat, as the carnivores do, and try to cure these symptoms and stuff. And then, yeah, then you can start introducing stuff back in. And she said she's eating some plants now. You know. The carnivore MD, Paul Saladino, same thing. He went from like a raw vegan to carnivore and then started adding plants back in. Thing is, vegan diet, you know, a vegan diet isn't a diet. You guys know, right? It's a stance. Oops, wrong one. I'm still showing the old graphic there. Yikes. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. It's not a diet. We do it for animals, not to clear symptoms and stuff like that up. So that's what makes us different from, carnivore people and fruitarian people, in the sense that we're not doing it, hey, I need my acne to go away or something to clear out, I mean, it's nice if that stuff does, but it's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. It's not about yourself. It's about beings, sentient beings, agents external to one's own body and all. So anyway, back to the live chat. Okay, Carmichael, did you figure out your tech thing? If you have a question, Carmichael, why don't you just ask it right now, and then I'll answer it, so we don't have to go through your trouble there. I'll just answer it right now, because you're able to chat. I see your comments there. So anyway, yeah, I see a problem with raising chickens and eating their eggs, Leo. Let's go to the definition of veganism. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. So it's funny how the market share of like backyard eggs is really minuscule. It's like less than 1% of the egg industry, but it's amazing. It's an amazing miracle of God. That's the only explanation how so many like backyard egg producer people find their way to my humble, tiny, little, modest live stream here. I can't understand the math involved of that happening over and over again. I should have won the lotto several times over. But what I'll do is I'll refer you to an eloquent video that Earthling Ed Winters made on the topic. He goes into it way more deeply than I can. I'm just going to hit you on the philosophical part here. The definition of veganism: a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. One could try to make the argument that chickens just randomly wandering in your yard, there's no cruelty there. Well, Ed will make the argument in his video that chickens that exist now are a product of selective breeding, intentionally creating chickens that produce way more eggs than they would have in nature, to the point where their bodies are deformed and it compromises their health. So there is already inherent cruelty just from the genetics that produced modern chickens. But I'm not even going to get into that. I'll just put that aside for now. I'm going to look at the definition again. And again, the definition is we're against animal cruelty and exploitation. So let's just assume, and I'm not going to concede it, I'm just saying for thought experiment, let's assume there's no cruelty. Well, let's move on to the next part of the definition here, which is exploitation. So what does exploitation mean? Well, let's look up the definition of exploitation. Just doing a quick Google search here. The action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from the work. Oh, thanks, AJ. Thanks so much for the super chat tip here. Let me get in the little circle here. Woo! Thank you, AJ. Thanks for the weekly cold dues. $40. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, AJ. Yeah, we have a Valentine's plan for tomorrow, so that'll help out for that. So me and Angie will think about you. We'll make a little toast to AJ tomorrow. So thank you so much. You are so awesome. Our top patron, our top supporter. Thanks. So let's get into exploitation. The action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work. Well, yeah, that's what's going on. That's why vegans are against honey. You're taking the product of the bees, their honey, and benefiting from it. Not necessarily monetarily, just benefiting from consuming it. It was made for bee stuff, bee colonies and queens and bee business. Same with eggs. Chickens aren't making eggs so that some stupid Homo sapien can come and eat it. And, we're not supposed to eat eggs from other creatures, I don't think. Anyway, my whole point is they made it for chicken business. If that's to make baby chickens, cool. If it's for chickens themselves to eat off of, cool. That whatever it is, it's made for chicken business. So you're benefiting. You're benefiting from their work, their biology, their grotesquely made by sick humans bred bodies to produce way more eggs than they ever would have naturally, and you're exploiting that, and you're taking their work, benefiting from it by your possessing it, by eating it, which is not your work. Chickens did it. Their messed up bodies had to make it. It's for chicken business. For that reason alone, it fits the definition of exploitation, and that's why I don't buy this bullshit about, oh, it's just in my friend's backyard. Well, cool. Leave it for the chickens. Oh, the honey is in my friend's backyard. Cool. Leave it for the bees. It's not yours. They made it. Animals are not property. They're not. beings that we subject into like almost like slavery. You're making work for us. I'm just sitting back here in my armchair. You're making the honey. You're making the eggs, and I'm taking it. They're not property. You don't own them as like means to create things that you benefit from. And yeah, it might seem like a lower grade of exploitation, like than say like exploiting like human labor or something like that. But hey, it's all a scale. It's not like, oh, just a little bit of exploitation or cruelty is okay. At least we're not doing a lot of. It's on the same moral scale there. It just might be a lesser degree, but it's still on the moral scale there. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Yeah, late model. Yeah, let chickens be chickens. Humans don't need to exploit them and steal their eggs. Yeah, that brings up another point too. I don't know if the person's still here. Bottom line is, you don't need to eat eggs. Yeah, there might be some weird situations. Say you're stranded on a desert island, because this happens to vegans all the time apparently in thought experiments. Your plane crashes and there's nothing there except a bunch of chickens with a bunch of eggs, and you ran out of food from the airplane. It's all gone. You ate your brother already. He crashed, and didn't survive. You ate him. There's nothing left, and there's a rescue boat coming, but it's not going to be here for another 2 months, so you got to eat the eggs in order to sustain. Okay, maybe there's some reasons like that. Maybe. I'm not saying, anything about the morality of it. I said there might be some reasons where it's more justified. But for those of us that can go to a store and buy any food we want, you don't need to eat chicken eggs. It's not like a matter of life or death necessity or anything like that. It's just there's no reason to eat eggs. There's zero. Okay, hey, Luciano, thank you for your super chat tip there. Let me read that. Female chickens lose nutrients when they leave eggs. Hens can absorb the nutrients once more if they're allowed to eat their own eggs. See, that's what I'm saying. They make eggs for chicken business, either to make a baby, or if not, the chickens can eat it. They can absorb the nutrients from the eggs, the nutrients that they lost making the egg, they can absorb them back. So again, it's for chicken business, So thank you so much there, Luciano. And thank you again, AJ, for the weekly cult dues. Thanks both of you guys for helping us to, we're really anti-holiday. You guys always ask, hey, what'd you do for Christmas? What'd you do for this? Thanksgiving? We don't do anything. We just don't celebrate the major holidays. But we did find a reason to celebrate Valentine's this year for the first time in a long time. Happens to be on a Saturday this year, but yeah, we got a plan involving some food. So thanks so much for your super chat tips. We will use them tomorrow night. We'll toast you. So thank you so much. Yep, chicken business baby. So anyway, what else did I miss? All that. Morgan, no, we're not. No, we're talking about. You're talking about exploitation. Let's look at the definition of what vegan is again. We're not saying all, and you're using a weird, strange sense of exploitation. I think it's more of an idiosyncratic definition rather than a standard. Look, let's make it clear once more what we're talking about here. Vegans are against animal cruelty and exploitation. Animal cruelty, and we know what that means. We know what cruelty to animals is. We know what exploiting animals is. Breeding them into existence, keeping them confined. I'm describing factory farming. You could breed an animal to existence and let it run on a pasture, all natural and beautiful in your mind and shit like that. But the bottom line is, no matter if it's factory confined or running in this beautiful fantasy of a pasture, they meet the same end. They're going to end up in the line for a slaughterhouse and have their throat slit and shot maybe between the heads, so with a stun gun if they're lucky. So anyway, yeah, it doesn't really matter. That's the kind of exploitation we're talking about there. So anyway, I missed a couple things there, late model. Let's see. Fu Man Poo, your neighbors raise chickens. They poop in your yard. The chickens, not the neighbors. Well, thank God for sharing that very important detail there. Carmichael won't let you super chat. That's weird. Well, do the link up above. If you use the link up above that I've pinned at the top of the chat here, Carmichael, that takes you straight to our Streamlabs super chat page, which is better than the YouTube one, because YouTube takes a 40% cut of all super chats. Streamlabs, the direct link up above, takes 0, just like a small PayPal fee that we have to absorb. Other than that, yeah, it's all ours. So if you give that a shot. Oh, AJ, you're watching on your old iPad tonight. Cool. I'm glad it's still able to pump out a video from YouTube. Awesome. A live stream. Yeah, AJ. Yeah, if we're finally gonna have a real Valentine's Day tomorrow. Hopefully, if all goes well. Hopefully, things go cool. You never know. Let's see. AJ, is 765 a good deal for a new iPad mini? Well, that sounds like a fully loaded iPad mini, AJ. It sounds like that's what it would cost, like top of the line, like maximum storage, cellular. Mine is just Wi-Fi, and 256 gigs of memory. And I think I paid I think these start at $399 for 128 gigs of memory, and this is Wi-Fi only, and I think another $100 if you want double the memory. That's what I got. I think mine was $499. So what you're describing there sounds really expensive, but if you're getting maximum storage and cellular, I think that's what they cost. But I mean, Apple kind of has a standard price. I would just go to like Apple's Apple.com and just configure an iPad there. I mean, if you don't want to spend that much for an iPad Mini, you should be able to spend it as little as I think $399. But I love my iPad Mini. It's all hooked up right here. I tell you, it's my main device. I use it literally every day. It's like my phone because, when I go out into the world, I don't bring my iPad mini. It's not cellular. I just bring my little iPhone mini. It's light, it's nice, it's tiny. But when I'm sitting around the house, the iPad mini's in my hand all the time. It's my main device. In addition to like my big computer and stuff here, my Mac Studio. But yeah, iPad minis are awesome. I love them. And you might want to hold off a week or two. There's some street rumors that they might be updating it really soon. One of the ways they can tell is like the period, the interval in between the updates. But another way they can tell is when like inventories, like on Apple Store or other places, are out. Like they're not, Apple's not sending them new stuff to replenish it. That's often a sign there might be a new one on the way. So you might want to wait a week or two. Yeah, you probably don't need 500 unless you have a specific reason why you need 512 gigs of memory. 256 is probably plenty. 100. I mean, what do you have on your? Assuming you have an iPhone, whatever storage you have there, you probably just need about that. I think the standard storage now is 128 gigs. So, if that's what you're using on your iPhone, you're probably fine with 128 on your iPad. But it depends what you're doing. Like my last iPad mini only had 64 gigs of memory, and I was always deleting apps, and it pissed me off. So when I got this new one, I went to 256, and I don't even think I've crossed 100 gigs of storage yet. And I do some a little bit of content creation on it too. But yeah, if you're not a content creator, 256 will be totally safe for you, and you could probably get by with 128 as well. So yeah, definitely don't get a 512. You'll probably never fill it up, AJ. Some people will, depending on what they're doing, what kind of work they're doing on it. But it sounds like for you, you would never be able to take advantage of that extra money you invested in it. Oh, you have an Android phone. Okay, well, there's a good rule of thumb, though. You can look at how much storage you have on that. If you have over 128 on your Android phone, then maybe get 120 for your iPad mini. But then vice versa. If you don't, then don't. Anyway, so what else was going on there? But yeah, get a new iPad mini. I think there's cool. But yeah, don't spend that much. Spend $399 or $499. Luciano, you have Android. System takes an exorbitant amount of storage. I got an Android over in the other room too. Some Galaxy S22 Plus or something like that. I got it gifted to me. I don't really use it much for anything, but I screw around with it. I'll play some chess on it or something like that. Some Reddit reading and stuff. But yeah, I know what Android's about too. But yeah, I feel most at home with the Apple stuff. Plus, what's cool about the Apple stuff, they're all connected. So if I save a document on my Mac, I can open it on the iPad or the phone or whatever. It's all cool. Same with the photos. But hey, I'm not here to promote them. Apple. I'll be a paid promoter creator, but I'm too small potatoes. Wow, you're itching like a dying beast. That's wild. That does sound like a Seinfeld thing. Huh? That's his name, right? Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld. Yeah, Seinfeld, not Field. You're multifaceted. Let's see. All right, so what else did I miss there? Feld. Yes, thank you. I know when I said it, I go, that sounds wrong. It just shows I haven't uttered that name in like a long time, so I'm really not thinking about them, the show and all that, the people, the comedians. That's good for you, Peter. You're going to quit veganism for February 30th and 31st this year. Why not? You know, give it a shot. Tell me how that goes. Hey, David, why? Why what? I would just say, why not? I'm not sure what you're talking about, though. Hey, Uncle, do I use the cloud to store stuff so other devices can see them? Yeah. For instance, I've been, I do a lot of work. Sometimes, different times of the year, while I'll work in like their productivity app, like their word processor pages or their spreadsheet numbers. Like I'm getting my income tax stuff ready. I'm working on some other documents. So yeah, it's cool to be able to have it on one device and sit there on my iPad. Yeah, what was I just saying today? Or how much money did I make from this thing? And I'll just open it up and check it out. So yeah, I use that all the time. And plus our photos are automatically synced to the cloud too, which is great to have a backup and be able to pull our photos down from any device. Because, I usually don't take photos on my iPad. I usually shoot them on this or something, or on my DSLR. Anyway, they all get synced up. I can get them all anywhere. Let's see, Carmichael, did you try to go to Streamlabs? It's complicated? Huh. I thought it was pretty chill. I haven't made a Streamlabs donation in a bit, but I remember it was pretty chill. Let's see, AJ, you just checked. Your current iPad has 256 gigs of storage. Wow, okay. Well, unless you have that filled up, you probably are fine with 256. I don't think you'd need to go for 512 unless you're storing a lot of stuff on there. You're carrying a lot of, I don't know, just photos and emails. I'm not sure what's going on, but you said you have iCloud as well. You paid an extra $200 for iCloud. Usually iCloud's like a monthly fee or something like that. Like like $10 a month, $5 a month, 20 if you want the higher storage tiers. Sounds like $200. It sounds like that would be a pretty big storage tier. I don't know. I'd have to look at what your situation is, like how much you're storing and stuff like that, to see if you need all of that. Sounds like you might have more than you need. That's my initial guess right now, but I'm just basing on, I don't think you're like making a bunch of crazy content like videos and music and stuff like that. That stuff, particularly video, that really eats up your storage. Oh, that's a good point, AJ. Yeah, I wonder if Carmichael is going through a VPN. If so, you need to pause it to pay a donation. Good point. Oh, how about 5 terabytes for an iPad? I don't think they'll ever have one, at least not in our lifetimes, but never say never. And if you don't, you probably will never need it. And if you do, we can dream. No, I didn't hear about that, Peter. That's really sad. A giraffe died at the Toronto Zoo after getting his head stuck in a door. Oh my God. How could that be allowed to happen? How could a giraffe have like access to a door, be close enough to a door? Wow. That's a good question, late model. What happens, Carmichael, when you try to super chat, huh? Ooh, Fu Man, you think you injured your back deadlifting this morning? It's spasms galore and painful. Oh man. Oh, AJ, okay, that's more reasonable. Yeah, you get 200 gigabytes of iCloud storage for $3 a month. Okay, that's a good thing to know there. Yeah, and the cool thing about iCloud storage, if you ever start filling it up, like until we fill ours up with photos, we have terabytes of photo and video data. So yeah, it sounds like a cool. And what's cool, you can just go to the next tier, like probably it'd be like maybe $9 a month or something like that for like 600 gigs or or whatever. Yeah, you just keep working your way up. That's what's cool about them. If you fill it up, you can always increase it. So yeah, as long as your iPad ain't, you have a lot of photos. Cool. Well, that's good to have your iCloud. I assume your photos are synced to iCloud, right? Because it acts as a kind of backup. It might not be the best backup in the world. I know like security pros would say to do something else, but for most lay people like us, it's a pretty good backup. So hopefully you're backing up your photos into the cloud, so you have that in case like your iPad just dies because it's so old, right? It could just stop working. So anyway. What'd you get there, Nikki? You got a MacBook Air, Apple M4, a cooler, more recent one, 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU to avoid any issues. Yeah, that should last you there, that power. The only thing that you could run into are the storage issues, like how much RAM did you get? Did you have it get at least like 16 gigs of RAM? I think that they come as low as 8, which is really, really tight, But yeah, have at least 16 gigs of RAM on a entry level MacBook Air or MacBook Pro, and then your internal storage could be the next thing too. Just those things you can't really change. So if you can, put as much money up front into that. I just made an order from Apple today too, guys. I ordered my first AirTag. I had a scary thing that happened to me, guys. Oh God, oh man, let me just tell you what happened to me today. Coming back from the gym, and I did a really intense session today, playing basketball against good players closer to my age. They're all younger than me, but still really good players. One is a former college player. Anyway, when I got back home, I put my hand in I was just sitting in the car. I go, wait, where's my wallet? I always check to make sure everything's there. I go, I thought I put it in back at the gym. I go, it's not here. And when I park in my garage, it's really dark. I don't have a lot of light. I couldn't see that well. I'm going, okay, I don't see it where it would have slid out of my pocket. I'm looking all around. I'm looking at my bag. Maybe I didn't take it out of my bag. I'm like, oh shit, I lost my wallet. It has all my IDs, some money and stuff. And I'm calling the gym. Hey, I think I left my wallet there. Can you check the basketball court? Okay, I'll go look. They didn't see it. Can you check the men's locker room? I was at the first sink, the first sink on the left. They said, oh, I'm a girl. I can't go in there. I can't see anyone. Oh, crap. I go, all right, I'll come down, and I'm all tripping out. And then, okay, so I opened the garage back up to go, and I use that opportunity with the sunlight coming in now to see, and there it is, because it's a black wallet on black seats. It's slid on the side into black felt or whatever whatever they put in cars. Anyway, it was about 5-10 minutes of complete panic. I found it. I said, I am ordering an AirTag right now. So I ordered a wallet, a new wallet that has a little spot to slip the AirTag in. Same size kind of wallet. I like little small wallets, but it has a little compartment for your AirTag. And I ordered an AirTag directly from Apple. I didn't trust Amazon. I thought I might get the older AirTag 1 because the AirTag 2 just came out in the past couple weeks. I want to make sure I get the latest, greatest one. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. So I should start getting all that stuff over the weekend or on Monday for my new AirTag wallet live. I'm so stupid. Why didn't I have an AirTag on my wallet? I've been thinking about it for a long time. I didn't bother doing it. So anyway, yeah. That was so stressful, especially after getting back from the gym. I played hard. 865 calories expended in about 80-90 minutes. I was ready for my smoothie. I was tired. And then I had to get into panic mode. So if I seem kind of mellow today, that's probably it. I blew a lot of energy at the gym, and then more energy with the adrenaline and everything after. So anyway, AirTag ordered. Oh, you put an AirTag on your dad? Oh man. Yeah, that's a great idea for elderly parents, especially if their mental faculties are declining. Oh man, I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. An AirTag on your phone. Well, AJ, if you had an Apple phone, you could just an AirTag does basically what if you say on my phone here, if I lost my iPad, I just go to the Find My app and I'll find my iPad, and in a couple days I'll be able to find my wallet with the AirTag. I can find my wife, So since you have an Android, I guess if you want to find it on your iPad, you got to put a little AirTag on your Android phone, which is kind of weird, huh? So yeah, I guess you could. I guess people have done that. Google it or YouTube it. I'm sure someone's done that before. So anyway, Peter, if you have an electric bike, for sure. That sounds like a great thing. Maybe I'll stick one in my car or something too. I didn't order the 4. You can get 4 AirTags for $99, which makes it basically $25 a pop, or you can order one for $29, which I did. I just want to solve this problem first, the wallet problem. So anyway, that was my big panic for the day, guys. That was a hellish 5 to 10 minutes there. Mythuline, never had an Apple product you love? You love your Samsung Galaxy? Yeah, for sure. I'm not saying, hey, I'm better because I use Apple or anything like that. Whatever works for you. It's all about your workflow, your life, how your data syncs together or doesn't, whatever. It all, I know my way around the Apple stuff pretty well. And what's cool about Apple, it has like the power for the complete total nerds. If you want to run an LLM on the command line terminal, you can do that. If you want to be a Unix programmer on the command line terminal, you can do that. Or if you just like big icons and click your apps and launch apps that way, you can do that too. It works for a 5-year-old. It works for the highest level of computer expert nerd. A fanny pack. I don't think I need a I've never liked fanny packs, Heidi. First, I don't like the phrase, the word fanny pack. And secondly, I just try to go minimal. Like I have a small wallet. I intentionally have a small phone. I'll probably keep rocking the iPhone 13 mini as long as Apple keeps supporting it, which I'm on the iPhone 13 mini subreddit. We all think we have a few more years, like 2, maybe 3 or so. We can't run Apple Intelligence on it. I don't care. If I need it, I run it on my iPad. It's all good. I don't need to have this phone. I tell you, it's only really useful when I'm away from the house. And since I work from home, I just need this to be able to answer calls when I'm out. It's pretty, I don't demand too much from it, So anyway, fanny packs, they're called European carry-all. Is that the name for it? They have cute ones. I just don't like fanny packs. So my point was, I don't carry that much stuff. I have like a minimal set of keys, guys. It's like just a couple keys on a small key ring. This and my wallet, my small wallet. That's it. And my little AirPods. I take my AirPods out with me a lot too. So I'd say I don't think I need a fanny pack. I just have a fanny pack is to me is like an attempt to address the problem by adding an extra accessory. For me, I'm just addressing the problem head on. I'm just reducing the amount of stuff that I need to carry with me, so I don't need a fanny pack. And when I put stuff in my pockets, I don't feel like I have a lot of weight in there. This iPhone mini is light. I compare it to like a modern iPhone or the Samsung I got in there, the big old Galaxy S22 Plus. Those things are heavy. This thing's nice and light. So yeah, just kind of this intentional design here to not need any extra like bags or anything. Hey, Jar H guy, you tried AirTags for a little bit, but you don't need them anymore. You have a phone case with a built-in wallet, and you chain your AirPods to your keys so you never lose anything anymore. That's interesting. Chaining your AirPods to your keys. Interesting. Huh. I never thought about using the AirPods as like an AirTag. Interesting. It gave me something to think about there. I will ponder that. Neo Moon Art Studio. Let's move back to old flip phones. Who knows? I know that I've heard that's those kinds of phones are getting popular amongst younger people who want to experience what life was like before smartphones. Nikki says some fanny packs are cool. Yeah. I didn't mean the entire enterprise of all fanny packs are inherently like unattractive. Just for me, I'm just not a fanny pack kind of person, Maybe though, I have an open mind. If I saw a really cool fanny pack, I'm open to the possibility. I might like it and maybe even want to have one, but until that time comes, my solution is to have this more minimalistic amount of stuff I carry with me. Fanny pack is cool retro fashion at this point. Yeah, maybe so, huh? Yeah, and Fu Manpu, you never know if we can have a mass coronal ejection from the sun. Hope it won't kill us all, though. Let's see. Leo, would you say me? I'm more vegan due to ethical or nutritional reasons? Well, it's not an either. It is one or the other, but it's not like a little bit of that. Let me just show you what the definition of veganism is. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. It says nothing about, and you're doing it for your health or anything like that. You're doing it for animals. You're doing it for the most unselfish reason imaginable. You're doing it for something other than yourself. You want animals. You find it wrong and ridiculous that animals are exploited and killed for us to eat when we don't need to eat them. So that's what veganism is all about. Taking a stance, not only a stance, but actually doing something. Believing it is the first step. That's the philosophy and way of life. That means how to not purchase and support products and services of animal cruelty. So yeah, so that's what I do it for. That being said, it can be healthy. It doesn't mean if you eat only plants that it's necessarily a healthy diet. You can totally be a junk food vegan. You just eat Ben & Jerry's all day and get sky-high cholesterol. You just could drink beer and eat Oreos all day and call yourself vegan because you're against animal cruelty and exploitation. There's many ways to be an unhealthy vegan. There's no requirement as to how healthy your vegan diet is. The only requirement is that you do something about being against animal cruelty and exploitation, eat plants. That being said, I personally choose to eat on the healthier side of what vegans eat. So if you have some questions about that, I'll be happy to answer it for you. I just want to completely drive a huge wedge between these ideas. Veganism for health or veganism for the animals. No, it's veganism for the animals. You could be a junk food vegan if you want, but I choose to be a healthy vegan for the animals. Hopefully that makes sense. Do you have that page bookmarked? Yeah, I have it. I pull it up. It's ready to go for every live stream. It is bookmarked I have a special browser, Firefox, that I use pretty much only on Friday live streams. I have a couple. I've since found a couple other uses for it, but yeah, I have it bookmarked in there for for live stream use. Yeah, there you go, late model. There's a good mantra for people new to this or who don't understand. Vegan for the animals, whole food plant-based for health. It's that simple. And yeah, you can do the beer and Oreos if you don't give a crap about your health, and you have every right not to. If you don't care about eating healthy and being healthy, there's no one's forcing you as a vegan. But I'm older. I don't have kids. I have no one to look after me when I get older, so I'm going to try to stay as healthy as I can for as long as I can. Let's see. Carmichael, does anyone see your dogs? Your dogs? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. I don't see any, did you, do any emojis of dogs or something like that? Like, Neo Moon Art Studio did some cool little emojis there, and same with Nikki Tofu and AJ. I don't see anything from you, though. Let's see. Nikki, easiest cuisine to eat vegan? Indian is good and bad for vegan. Yeah, great. And there's a long-standing tradition of vegetarian Indian food. That's a problem. Since there's this long-standing tradition of vegetarian and Indian food, there's so much butter and ghee and all that stuff. So you have to find a place that understands that vegan is different and not to put that stuff in there. If you can do that, then you're golden. Yeah. Hey, Vegan Jordan. Good to see you, Vegan Jordan. You're here. Animals are here with us, not for us. Yeah, they're here. They're here with us. They're experiencing the world together with us. They're not for us in the sense they're not property. We don't own them and just do whatever we want with them. They're not objects for us to control or dominate, unless you're taking care of them or something like that. But they're not here for us to exploit. They're here living the planet. They're sentient. They're agents, meaning they have agency. They have goals, and they pursue those goals. It might be different from our goals. Animals typically don't pursue the goal of I'm going to go to college. I'm going to learn this. No, they have other goals I'm going to go lay down on that chair and then I'm going to beg my owner for breakfast later or something like that. Different goals. But anyway, they are here. They have the same types of, they do the same types of not rational, but just agent-based behaviors that we do. And as agents, they have inherent rights, and I've made some videos about that. If anyone wants to watch, I'll link to them. But yeah, good time to see you, Vegan Jordan. Yes, Heather, animals are companions. Morgan, yeah, this is an interesting question. What's my take on service animals that work to assist disabled people? My answer is this. I've never met anyone. I don't know anyone that close to me or remotely close to me, for that matter, that has a service animal for a disability or differently abled thing. So I'm only speaking from what I've seen kind of at a distance. So just take it with as many grains of salt as that. And for instance, I've brought up the story how I've seen at the gym. This is a few years ago. I haven't seen him for a while. But he's come in with his dog to help him around. I think he was blind or couldn't see that well, whatever. So the dog would help him around and stuff like that. And it just seemed like a normal kind of dog and a relationship that it's regular non-service animal would have with their owners and stuff.
Thanks for the tip.
My point was that the dog seemed to love the guy, just sitting there looking at his master, wanted the love of the master and stuff like that, and help the master get back to his car and stuff like that. I didn't really see it inherently evil kind of thing going on. You know what I'm talking? When you see exploitation and cruelty, you see it. You know when you're experiencing it. And I wasn't seeing anything like that. Nothing was giving me any pause. Like, ooh, this is. Yeah, as a vegan, should I be offended by this? I'm going, it just seems like a loving relationship. The dog just had some pre-training before the dog was homed for his forever home with this, person that obviously loved his service dogs, taking great care of it. They seem to have a great loving relationship like you guys might have with your pets. I honestly didn't see anything wrong with the little pre-training it had, or maybe it's extensive pre-training it had to find its forever home and have a loving relationship with his owner. If someone has a different opinion and wants to call me out for not being a real vegan, have at it. If this is the thing that we're going to split hairs on, maybe you have to think about, why am I being such an a-hole to someone who's been a champion for the animals since like 2010, because I might have a slightly different take on the nature of service animals. So anyway. Oh, Jordan, thanks for your super chat tip there. You've been working on Let's Talk Turkey too. Well, tell us more about this. Let's hear more about your project of Let's Talk Turkey too. Explain to our friends here, what are you working on, and what's Let's Talk Turkey going to be. It's going to be a video, right? Uncle points out, dogs usually enjoy doing work that helps. Yeah, I didn't see the dog didn't look like it was suffering, like it was really bummed to be doing what he's doing. It seemed like he was really happy to be with his owner and help the owner to not hit things as he walked around. And he seemed to really love the owner. Hey, Neo Moon, you said veganism is a great spiritual practice. It can be. I know some really totally non-spiritual a-hole vegans, but it can. If you are already spiritually inclined, you have a spiritual nature or whatever, I think it can enhance that. But I don't think it's going to make a complete spiritless a-hole all of a sudden a spiritual person. But yeah, it's not incompatible, say, with a spiritual mindset. So it's being more popular in the spiritual community. Cool, I hope so. That'd be awesome. Heidi, you're fine with service animals, likely accruing good karma for next life. That's a good way to look at it, Heidi. Awesome. Have I ever had Amy's veggie loaf? You just had some? I can't say for sure. I don't think I've had any Amy's veggie loaf. I don't think I had any Amy's products for a bit. Last time I remember is maybe some kind of vegan mac and cheese a long time ago or something. What's that, Nikki? You saw a donkey video today of him. I missed probably what you're talking about there. Him reuniting. A donkey video, him, the donkey. He's watched a donkey video of the donkey reuniting with the girl that raised him. It was so happy to see her. See, people think, oh, they're dumb. No, the donkey remembered, years later, I assume, the person that raised him. So it shows you, they're not only sentient, they have memories and they can respond, emotionally when they see someone from their past that was important to them. I mean, this shows sentience. They're agents. I mean, yeah, why do we think that they should be treated like paper towels and rocks, property and objects? Anyway, what's that, Carmichael? Ryan, I think the word for animal that meows is banned from the chat. Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, we had people that are being a-holes. They were basically being flying monkeys at the encouragement of a toxic YouTuber that I do not want to mention right now. He's going off about a bunch of nonsense, making a bunch of baseless, unprovable claims about me. So we banned that word for a little bit there. So that's why. This is a few years ago, and it's probably safe to let that word back on cats back into our chat. But we're just having all these flying monkeys come in here. And that's what I hate about flying. People don't do any research. They just hear something from someone and they just assume it's true, no matter how untrue it may be. Anyway, Luciano, one could also say that you're not a real hippie if you're not vegan. I didn't know there's such a thing as a real hippie. No, I don't remember Jake Mace, the Kung Fu vegan athlete. What's that, Neo Moon? You would say that non-human animals are smarter than us in their own ways. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you had the ability to, if your sense of smell was like 50 to 100 times stronger than ours, you're going to have a whole different way of perceiving the world, and you're going to perceive it in a much more sensory intelligent way. Sensory, if we're talking about the sense of smell, you're going to have a way more smart life when it comes to smells, and be able to, make judgments and reactions based on that in ways that we never could. So yeah, we base our definition of intelligence on very, it's a self-biasing thing. Like, we just define things that make us sound really cool. We just pick our strengths and, hey, that's what intelligence means. But there's many ways to be intelligent. Okay, Jordan, thanks for the super chat tip. You're so generous. Thank you, Jordan. I want to thank everyone who's given us super chat tips tonight, because Angie and I, we're going out for our first Valentine's thing in a long time. I think the last time we went was like a couple years before COVID and celebrated Valentine's, so it's been a long time. My point is, thank you, Jordan. We're gonna thank you. We'll raise our toast and I'll remember all the great people that gave us a little super chat tip to help us out with our vegan. We're having a vegan meal, vegan restaurant for Valentine's tomorrow. So thank you so much, Jordan. Appreciate that. That's all I'll say. I don't want to say where we're going. I don't want anyone to try to find me or stalk me or anything like that. But anyway, thank you. And who knows? I might even be having it at home too. I might be having it catered and delivered or something. I'm not going to say anything about what I'm doing. I like to keep things very vague at this point in my life. Okay, but you can't say much about your project about Let's Talk Turkey 2. But you'll say what you can. You will be interviewing someone who runs a vegan sanctuary who has experience with turkeys. Great, yeah. Go to an expert, someone who knows, like that, someone who runs an animal sanctuary, and he takes in he or she takes in turkeys. That person knows what the turkeys have gone through. Like, why are the turkeys there at the sanctuary? What led them to get to that? What kinds of abuse and cruelty did these turkeys suffer from until they got rescued? So yeah, ask an expert. Yeah, that's the person who would know for sure. So great, good job there, Jordan. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I heard about that, Peter. Yeah, vegan zombie, someone trying to send him meaty pizzas. Like, someone really will just blow like $30-40 on pizza just like that. Like, wow, just to piss off a vegan. Shows you how hateful and mean that a lot of our species is. Humans aren't that great. There's so many assholes. Johnny, you made a new YouTube because you broke your phone at the gym a few weeks ago. I'm so sorry to hear about that, Johnny. I noticed you're on a different account there. Oh, man. Had a 70-pound dumbbell drop in your phone at the gym and messed up your phone. Wow. Yeah, that should do it. Wow, Johnny, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully it was an old phone, or at least under like coverage, and you could get it replaced for not too bad. So sorry to hear that, Johnny. Jordan, thanks for the super chat tip again, my friend. I can also say there's going to be some sad clips. Well, yeah, try not to make it too graphic so you don't get like in trouble with YouTube, so you can like upload it and, it won't get taken down or anything like that. But yeah, show some of the reality. Just, yeah, try not to go too hard where you get yourself in more trouble than you want. Or Carmichael, that's what's going on. Yeah. That's why. Yeah. I tell you, the word cat is not in the is in our banned words. This is from an incident several years ago, and I just haven't bothered to get rid of it. Yeah. We've talked about our cats, Bodhi and Jojo. Let's see. Mr. Sniz says, Ryan didn't answer my question because you worship Satan. I didn't see your question, Mr. Sniz. Let me look again. See if I can find your question there. Okay, why is my trackpad acting weird? Hang on one sec, guys. Let's see if I can find Mr. Sniz. I don't see Mr. Sniz. Yeah, Peter, you can say anything as a moderator. You can paste links as a moderator. PETA sent you some clips. It's PETA, right? PETA sent you some clips for your turkey video. Awesome, Jordan. Good for you. Awesome. Well, let us know when your video is ready for us to see. And if it's if it's not too long, I'll play it on here. But if it's kind of long, I'll play like a couple minutes for sure, so we can all get a vibe for it. And I'll put a link in the chat so everyone could see it at their leisure after the live stream, or whatever. So yeah, let us know when your video. I'm not trying to rush you. Yeah, take your time, make a really good video. Send the right kind of message to show people who are blissfully unaware of what turkeys go through. People think, oh, I'm just gonna eat turkey. I have thoughts about animal cruelty, so I'm not gonna eat chicken. I'm gonna eat turkey instead, thinking somehow that's like better for the animals, But that'd be cool to show people what really is up with turkey and farming, because it's not as rosy as people want to imagine. Hey, Carmichael, cats. We don't like to talk about them too much, but yeah, they're getting old. They're like 12-ish or so. Somewhere like in that. And yeah, they're cute little people. They're our family, basically. Peter, you thinking of Dr. McDougall, who made that claim he eats turkey once a year? I don't think that's true. People, Dr. McDougall has passed as well, but people who were close to him have said he just said that just to trip people out. He didn't do that. He never ate animal products. He just said that, I think, to seem more relatable to non-vegans and people who don't eat a vegan diet. Say, oh, okay, he's not one of those weird vegans or anything like that. So, okay, Jordan, thanks again for your super chat tip. Okay, so let's talk turkey too. Yeah, plenty of time then. Coming out November 1st. Good timing. And we won't tell anyone, but we want to tell the whole world once it's out. So come here after or on November 1st. Not sure if my live stream will be on if that November 1st on a Friday. But anyway, come here once it's out and we will watch some of it, and I'll definitely share the link for everyone to check out. George. So yeah, do a good job. Take all the time you need. You're older now. Your first project you did when you were like 13 or something like that. You're a few years older now. I'm sure you're getting more skills, more technical, and just try to make a really smooth, tight video now. Yeah, just polish it. And I want to share it with people. So that's awesome, Jordan. BZ Vegan, good to see you. Yeah, we talked about that last week. I think Peter was talking about the Murder Burger place and how gross it is and what kind of a-hole attitudes the management or owners seem to have, for what he described. Let's see. What's that, Peter? Did I know there's a fully vegan...
Thanks for the tip.
...weekend branch in Las Vegas place called Crossroads Kitchens. Well, there used to be a Crossroads Kitchen in like LA that we've been to. So I guess they moved or opened up a Las Vegas. No, I haven't been to Las Vegas since like a few years before COVID. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. But it used to be a really thriving place to find vegan food, surprisingly. Because I remember when Angela used to go there in the past, as even vegetarians, it was tough. You'd look for an Indian restaurant. But yeah, vegan was so easy on our last several trips there. It was amazing. I gave like Las Vegas like a 10 out of 10 as far as being a vegan city back in the 2010s. I don't know what it's like anymore. If anyone wants to comment, let me know. All right, Jordan, thanks again for the super chat tip. September is the trailer. Okay, awesome. Well, come here for sure. I want to see you before then, obviously. But yeah, when the trailer is ready, well, I'll definitely play the trailer on our live stream. So yeah, just kind of actually I'll find it. I'll just look. If you have it on YouTube, I'll just find your channel or something like that. But I'll definitely all right, make sure we're connected on Instagram. Yeah, we're friends on Instagram, right? Remember that's how we were messaging that time when you came out and visited with your mom a few years back. So yeah, just send me the link and I'll have it ready to go. But it was a buffet. I see, all you can eat. Interesting. There's a sort of relatively new vegan restaurant called La Planta. It's not too far from Uncle. It's in I think Marina Del Rey. Not totally close to Uncle, but that side of town. And on Mondays, from what I understand, they have it's like $32 or maybe $35, something like that. But it's all you can eat vegan sushi on Monday nights. So I definitely want to check that out sometime. All you can eat vegan sushi at this really, I've not been there. I've seen the photos. It's high end looking. It's like right on the marina. You can see all the fancy boats and yachts in the harbor. Really classy joint. So I want to check that out sometime. All you can eat vegan sushi. Sounds like a lot of money, but sushi adds up. Each time you get a little tray of sushi, it's expensive. You get 3 or 4 of them, that's $40 right there. So $35, all you can eat. I'm going to do it one day. Hopefully they'll keep doing it before I make it. I don't want them to end it before I get out there. Let's see, Carmichael, you've been listening to the PCRM podcast, Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine podcast with Chuck Carroll. Those are such a wealth of knowledge for plant-based nutrition. Highly recommended. Oh, I'll check it out. Is it like a podcast I can download or something on YouTube? And I see Late Model is into that. It says you'll pop into the PCRM just to see what outfit Chuck is wearing. So I guess it's a video podcast. I'll check it out. So, thanks again, Jordan. You're so kind. Thanks for your generous tips. And again, we'll be thinking about you tomorrow as we are eating some tasty vegan Valentine's. So thank you. So Jordan says, sounds good. Gonna go work on it now. Love you. Love you too, Jordan. Thanks for popping by. It's always great when we see you. And yeah, great job continuing your vegan activism into making more content, more videos, and the Let's Talk Turkey too. Can't wait to see the trailer, Jordan. So awesome job, Jordan. Yeah, he volunteers his time at a rescue, so he's got some good contacts there. This is awesome. So I'll check out this podcast. I haven't been following. I know PCRM. I guess I should have assumed they had a podcast. I don't even know who Chuck is, so I got to see who Chuck Carroll is. And yeah, Uncle. Yeah, Planta is it the Cochina, and I probably had the name screwed up. I know the word Planta. Okay, Planta Cochina in Marina Del Rey. That's exactly what I'm talking about, Uncle. Vegan, all vegan restaurant. And on Mondays, they have an all-you-can-eat vegan sushi thing. Maybe we should go to that one Monday, Uncle, if we want to spend like $100+ there. All of us together. We can go eat some vegan sushi and go crazy. But anyway, we'll figure something out. Because, yeah, I'd be on the way. We go to Uncle's and we just continue up the coast. Actually, it wouldn't be. I know where it's at in Marina Del Rey. It's like going to Venice. It's like, we would take the 405 freeway all the way up to like where you get off to go to. I forget, we used to do it before in the past by LAX. I'm starting to like the Californians Saturday Night Live skit. You take the 405 and you go, No, but anyway, yeah, California accent. Yeah, take the 405 and you get off the 105, and then you go on the 1 North Pacific Coast Highway, and How was that? Was that a good Californians accent? I think I was doing more Fred Arnested, is that his name? The guy did Portland. I think I was doing the Fred accent on the Californians SNL skit. Soy latte, then we get the soy latte in Santa Monica, then we get on the 10 freeway and take that back to the 110, and then we get out, So anyway, you know where it's at. That was good, yeah. I like Fred. Fred's funny. He can be a bit much. He's awesome as Uncle Fester in the that Addams Family thing Wednesday. He makes an awesome Uncle Fester. But anyway, I didn't even know he's in it. We're just watching it one time. Hey, there's Fred. Awesome. He's Uncle Fester. Hell yeah. Actually, yeah, we started watching season 2 a few months ago. Kind of put it on hold. I guess we should get back into it again. I haven't watched it for a few months. It was all right, I guess started just getting pulled into other things. I sound like the bus driver on The Simpsons. Soy latte, California. That's how we talk here in California. Soy latte. I didn't have any lattes, I walked with Angie to our favorite Italian vegan place yesterday. So it's a cafe in the morning, restaurant at night. And she got a cappuccino. I didn't even get a coffee. I just, took it chill. Just wanted to get out on a nice day, accompany my wife on a nice walk through the neighborhood. No way, Peter. That makes my day. I'll have to tell Angie. That'll make her day too. Ryan, they're actually making an Uncle Fester spinoff of Wednesday. Hell yes, that is awesome. Yeah, I can totally support that. So yeah, keep me up on that. I'll probably see it one day on Netflix at random. But that's awesome news. Yeah, Uncle Fester spinoff. That is rad. Oh, Luciano, you tired? I'm pretty mellow too for my gym trip. So you got to get going, Luciano. I totally get it. Let's see. Let me just pull up my gym trip here. Show you guys what kind of weird person I am. All right. Let me show you my workout details here. Let me try to get it in focus. I'm going to try here to get it in focus. Any of you carnivores watching, I want you to see here what a 58-and-a-half-year-old vegan who's recovering from a urinary tract infection and still has some weird side effects, what I'm able to do. So the workout, about an hour and a half, an hour 24 minutes. 668 calories active, 842 total calories. Average heart rate 124 BPM. And let me show you my heart rates here. My max heart rate 176. And this ain't no fluke. Last time I played basketball was 173. So I can easily push my heart rate into the 170s. And let's look at my zones here, guys. Show you what kind of activity. I spent a long time warming up, 49 minutes in zone 1. But check this out, guys. Zone 2, 4 minutes, 48 seconds. Zone 3, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes. But here, guys, here's the awesome part. Zone 4 and Zone 5. These are heart rates above 145. Zone 4, 11 minutes, 47 seconds. Zone 5, which is 156 beats per minute and over. Okay, 156 over. 13 minutes, 45 seconds. Remember, I'm an old dude. Yeah, for a young dude, a guy in his 20s, yeah, this is not anything like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah, you should be able to do that. Dude, I'm knocking on 60, doing 24 odd minutes, 25 minutes in Zone 4 and Zone 5. And I don't even have all my fitness back yet. I still need to do more conditioning to get back to where I need to be. But I want to share, I felt like myself for the first time this year on the basketball court, ever since having that UTI late last year. It's been slow going. And yeah, I didn't realize the recovery from a UTI is totally different, like from, say, a flu or a cold, which I have experience with. This is a whole new, has been a weird new thing for me. So it's a slow process to get your body back up to the level of activity. Like, before I couldn't push that hard. My nervous system would shut me down. It would make me hot and dehydrate to get me, because it wasn't ready yet. It takes a while for the nervous system to get activated, to let you do allowed me to do what I wanted to do today. So I wanted to share that little positive thing with me today, that I felt like myself for the first time on the basketball court. Am I as sharp as I was before the UTI? No, but I felt the same. I felt like, okay, I just got to work on my conditioning a bit more. But I'm back, I mean, I'm always working on my conditioning. On basketball, conditioning is huge. You miss a week or so, your conditioning's off, So anyway, yeah, thank you guys. I wanted to share that with you. I had some good news there. Nikki, you're in Zone 0? What's that late model? Oh yeah, on your road trip, the hotel you was at had an amazing gym, 2 hot tubs, pool, and sauna. Wow, it sounds like the perfect place for an athletic person like yourself. Yeah, thanks, AJ. Way to go, Ryan. Thank you. Uncle, you're so out of shape, you can get your heart rate over 185 in 15 seconds. AJ, a lot of uncles say. Late model, so you do active recovery, so your lifting sessions are pretty cardio. Yeah, there's just so many ways to tweak your workouts to your what your goals are, where your body's at right then, what's the best or what's an optimal thing for you to be doing at that time. Let's see. AJ, does the vegan Italian place have cannolis? What are cannolis? I don't know. They might. So I'll look on the menu next time I'm there. Let's see. I'll see what AJ says. Oh, I should share a little bit of our new song today too. Let's see. Yeah, I tell you, I'm very not aware of Italian culture. I've been learning a lot about Italian culture this year. Italian foods, Italian wine, Italian history. I've just been very ignorant of Italian words and language. It's been like a black box for me. Haven't been to many Italian restaurants in my life. Never took an Italian course or anything like that, so I really don't know too much about Italian stuff. Cannolis are fried tubes of pastry filled with different cream flavors. Thank you. I don't think they have that there, but next time I'm there, I'll look at the menu for sure, AJ, and let you know if they have cannolis. Okay, Peter's got them there too. Okay, so now you guys see how like not Italian aware I am. I'm way more aware of Italian food and culture and geography now. I know that a lot of my favorite wines are not actually Italian wines; they're Sicilian wines. They're grown at higher altitudes, like say 1,000 feet elevation, on the say foothills of the volcanic soils of Mount Etna. You know, the wines have this nice just minerality from the volcanic soil. And the high altitude keeps the grapes from getting over like too much heat and sun, keeps them like this kind of ripeness that produces the kind of bright, high acidity that I prefer in my wines. So anyway, I know a little bit about that stuff, but yeah, I'm just learning about Italy in general. So yeah, I've just been so impressed with the Italian food and the Italian and Sicilian wines I've been having at my favorite vegan Italian restaurant. I'm just like, yeah, I got to learn about Italy. Late model, you didn't even know what Cool Whip was until a couple years ago, Sheltered. And you didn't know what a cannoli was until you moved to Boston. Yeah, I remember when I was in Boston. I remember seeing like a little Italy there when I was like going through the old city there. So yeah, you got Italian restaurants and stuff there. So yeah, it's a whole new thing for me, Italian food. Discovering it through a vegan interpretation of classic Italian dishes. Giggle Farts, is that your real name there? You want to go by Giggle Farts? Why did I go vegan? And how long have I been doing it? Well, I don't want to ramble on this too long and bore too many of our longtime listeners, but why did I bring this squeaky old bottle? I've been drinking out of Baymax lately. Like, Coldest isn't even promoting us anymore. Anyway, I went vegan in 2010, in the latter half of 2010. So I've been doing this like for like over 15 years now. I'm 58 years old. I shouldn't say perfect, but I've been uploading like my blood labs the whole time. Not to say that's what vegan is, just to show that I'm not like getting sick and diseased and losing all my energy and athleticism because I eat plants. So anyway, I went vegan because I even like decades before going vegan, I tried vegetarian. It didn't work out because I was still living at home with my mom and she did all the cooking. But anyway, what my motivation even way back then was realizing like, wow, I don't want animals to have to be killed in order for me to live. Like when I first thought about going vegetarian, I was exposed to it through the Hare Krishnas serving me free vegetarian food after a Grateful Dead show. So anyway, my point is, I realized, oh wow, this is awesome. I feel good. I feel alive, and no animals had to die. Like, why can't I just eat like this all the time? Why must animals be killed in order for me to live? That was the motivation. And finally, 2010, I said, screw it. There's so many vegan options now. And there wasn't really that many in 2010 compared to like say now. But anyway, I said, screw it. I'm just going to go for it now. No more excuses. It's so easy and convenient to eat in a way where animals don't need to be killed in order for me to live. So that's it. Basically, the bottom line is I'm vegan because I'm against animal cruelty and exploitation. So drink up, everyone. So what do you think of that answer, Giggle Farts? Can't believe I'm saying Giggle Farts. It's kind of a cool name, actually. It sounds something, even though it's kind of weird, it's kind of something, it sounds like if you didn't look at the semantic content, it has like an old English sound. Hey, Mr. Giggle Farts. You know, Mrs. Doubtfire. Hey, that's back on Netflix, by the way. I just saw, I couldn't help myself. I had to watch like the first half of Mrs. Doubtfire a couple days ago. Let's see. Ryan, as a vegan, do you ever call your wife honey? But not that. I saw a late model say, no, they call each other babe. We call each other babe. Hey, babe. I don't know why. I don't know. Better than honey, I guess. But no, it was even before we went vegan that we had been calling each other that. AJ, Mrs. Doubtfire is one of your all-time favorite movies. It's kind of weird watching it now. I'm watching it. Ooh, there's some things in there that didn't age with time. Like there's a certain element of maybe like a transphobia that's in some of the scenes and stuff That, that wouldn't hopefully be in a movie now. But yeah, Robin Williams is a genius in that movie. One of my favorite jokes is in the beginning of the movie. It's like in the first 10 minutes. I thought it was later on, but when I saw him show up at the little TV studio that he's, to get a job for his interview, I was going, oh man, this is my favorite joke in the world. He's getting there. He meets the guy that runs the shipping area. See those movies over there? You box them and then you ship them. And then you get these new ones here, you box those and you ship those at the end. Robin says, I kind of forgot. After you box them, you ship them, smartass. Anyway, you like my little old school, old East Coast accent, man, from the 40s or 50s or something like that. Anyway, that made my day. And Robin Williams, a Northern California person, San Francisco. He used to live close to you and always started his bike rides in Fairfax. I was under the impression, at least when I lived there in the 90s, that he owned, or at least at one point owned, Houdini's house over in Seacliff, the residential coastal area kind of near the Golden Gate Bridge. I lived pretty close to Seacliff. I was walking through the Seacliff neighborhood, looking at these houses with their amazing views of Marin headlands. I go, wow, this is the life, But anyway, yeah, he was a fixture in the Bay Area. You liked my voice acting there? All right, cool. Okay, he had a place in Seacliff. He's that wealthy. He could have a place in one of the most expensive, exclusive neighborhoods in the city. But he lived in Marin post-divorce. Okay, I see. It's sad watching Robin around his peak there. I mean, he had a long peak. I guess he's such a talented comedian. So sad to lose him early. You box him, then you ship him. Smartass. Oh, you saw him too, Rob? You saw Robin Williams' uncle at the Comedy and Magic Club in Hermosa. Awesome. Wow, that would have been awesome to see Robin Williams in a small club. Wow, that sounds bitchin'. Wow, you're so lucky. I'm envious. That Seacliff house sold last year. I used to run by it all the time. Now tell me, late model, is it true that was Houdini's former house, or is that just a weird urban legend I heard when I was living up there? But I remember going up there. That's Robin Williams' house, and Houdini used to live in it. Let me know if there's any veracity to that claim that you're aware of. Used to run there too. Yeah, I used to walk up there all the time when I lived there for the little bit of time I lived there. It's such a nice getaway because, I kind of lived in the heart of the mid-Richmond district, but I lived on the northern side of it. So I could easily walk up, to the north where, the Golden Gate Bridge and Baker Beaches, and that's where Seacliff's at all there. So it was really easy for me. Just a 5-minute walk. I feel like I'm in a whole nother world, basically. Not sure about the Houdini thing. Okay. Maybe it was just a street rumor. Mulu Line, Seacliff looks so beautiful every time I see it on Zillow. Yeah, me too. And I see videos of people here, I'm a real estate agent showing off this Seacliff house. Damn, now I really wish I was some super rich person so I gotta live in Seacliff because that looks like a dream. But anyway, that's okay. That's not me. I'm cool with it. But it would be really cool. Oh, Carmichael, thanks, Ryan. I just had to go hop off and watch the box 'em ship 'em scene and then come back to you. Really, did you watch it on Netflix or is there a clip of it on YouTube? I wouldn't be surprised if someone clipped it out because that scene is freaking hilarious. I love that box 'em ship 'em guy and how Robin, I forgot, after I box him, what again? But that's cool. Did you like it? Did you laugh? How do you like to live on a sea cliff? Yeah, it's, most houses aren't really on a cliff, just the name for the neighborhood. It's just an area where it's a really prestigious, expensive neighborhood, gorgeous views. And the houses in the Sea Cliff are kind of some on larger lots than most other houses, rich people houses in the city there. Just a minute-long clip on YouTube. Awesome. So what'd you think, Carmichael? Did you like that scene or not? I'm not sure if you need more context than just the 1 minute, but yeah, for me, that's my favorite part of the movie. I don't know why. Yeah, you grew up watching that movie, kind of forgot about it. Such a classic. Also, it was bawling my head off too. That crazy scene where he has to pretend he's himself and his sister, Mrs. Doubtfire, when the social worker comes to his apartment to check up on him, she has the lemon meringue paint on her face so he can hide, and it drips in her tea. I just totally forgot how funny that scene was. Anyway, yeah, Robin Williams. Oh, that's sweet. I heard about that, Robin. When he died, yeah, people went to that Miss Doubtfire house. That's a real house on, I think it was Steiner Street in San Francisco. It's in the movie. You can see the sign. Yeah, put flowers at the doorstep. Yeah, that house will always be the Miss Doubtfire house. Kind of like, the house on Ashbury Street is always going to be the Grateful Dead house. Just there's some landmarks in that city that will always be that. You like the tea scene too? There, Carmichael, awesome. Wow, late model, you're so lucky. You see Robin Tess run comic material near you. So lucky, damn. Seacliff sounds like something out of a 40s movie. Yeah, there are a lot of old vintage homes there. I think a lot of it was built in like maybe the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Correct me if I'm wrong, they're late models. And it's an older-ish neighborhood, like pre-war construction for the most part. I can't say the whole thing's like that, but it's got a cool old vibe there. Dana Carvin popping too. Wow, you grew up in some cool places there, late model. It makes my growing up years seem quite boring. That scene never fails to crack you up. Yeah, it's a funny ass movie. Yeah, we're almost. Yeah, we're like maybe 3/4 of the way through it. I don't know if we really want to finish it. I think we saw the best stuff, the funniest stuff. Because it's been like maybe 4 nights now. We haven't gone back. But when we saw, it's back on Netflix, I go, ooh, yeah, let's do that. In fact, there's this new cat that's been poking around our porch. I don't know if he wants to be a part of our family. We can't, But anyway, whenever new cats appear, like there's like we name the cat. So this one, I'm thinking he popped up right when we were starting to Miss Doubtfire. Let's name this cat Winston. Let's call him Winston. I've always loved that name. When we're watching Mrs. Doubtfire, we're saying Winston. Winston was fond of the drink, but the drink wasn't fond of Winston. I go, Angie's going, Winston would make a good pet name. I go, okay, I followed that away. So when the new cat popped up, let's call it Winston. Oh, I didn't know Dana Carvey lives in Marin. He was in jury duty with Bestie a few years back. That's cool. Yeah, old. Okay, speaking of Seacliff, the neighborhood I was talking about there in San Francisco. Yes, late model confirms. Yeah, old houses. Yes, but redone immaculately. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What's that, Peter? Did you know that every movie Robin Williams worked on, he hired some homeless people from the local area to work on his movies to give them work? That makes me want to cry. Really, that is so sweet. We need more people like him, instead of all these like assholes and narcissists and sociopaths. We need more just good people like Mr. Rogers, Carl Sagan and Robin Williams. Just cool, chill people. Sucks. Winston is perfect. You like that? I think we're gonna keep that name. I've called him Winston a few times. I said, is Winston back on the porch? The other day he was just laying on the porch in the middle of the day, laying on his side, had a big smile on his face, like he lived there. Was so happy. I go, wow, Winston looks pretty comfortable here. Yeah, Mr. Rogers was a vegetarian, and that's a big deal. Like in 60s and 70s, being a vegetarian, that's harder than being a vegan ever, like now or anything. Anyway. Was it Heidi? You went to like look at the cast members' homes from 90210, really? Yeah, I used to watch those shows when I was in the 90s. I remember that was like when I in college, I'd be watching I'd watch 90210, then Melrose Place, like all my friends, that'd be our whatever night that was. It was Tuesday or Wednesday, I'd watch 90210, then watch Melrose Place. That went on for several years. Those shows were just funny. I didn't watch them in a serious way. I wasn't like a big fan or anything. I watched them I just thought they were funny. They're just kind of so weird. The stories and the characters. 90210 is peak Gen X. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of had to watch it. Sort of. I resisted for a long time. I didn't watch 90210 from the outset. I kind of caught it towards its end, like the last, I don't know, few seasons. I don't know. Yeah, whatever was going on. Like when I remember, like I was in college, like when when Bill Clinton got elected. So whatever was going on with Melrose Place and 90210, that was the time. I loved it, Ryan. Don't lie. No, I didn't really love the shows. The way I described them back then, particularly Melrose Place, I would say, it's total science fiction. It may look like real life. It may look like a real apartment building in Hollywood, looks like real people there with all their nice hair and all put together, like actors that live in the neighborhood. It looks like real reality, but it's sci-fi. The stories and weird crap that happens in the plots, it's just wacky, zany stuff that would never happen. That's why I like to watch it. I just described it. It's sci-fi disguised as reality. Not really sci-fi. They don't go to outer space. You know what I mean? Just wacky, crazy stuff. I like any movie about Mr. Rogers. I gotta watch all those Mr. Rogers like documentaries and movies that came out in the past few years. I'm glad Mr. Rogers is getting his due. Another Gen X hero, for us old people. 90210 was pure drama. You were there for it. I'm glad you didn't get my zip code right there, Uncle. I'm trying to keep some kind of anonymity. Anyway, yeah, those were the days, though. Melrose Place, 90210. And the real world kind of was a little bit right after that. Yeah, for sure. You're Gen Xer too, Heidi, it sounds like, huh? Oh, Mr. Rogers was like your surrogate dad as a little kid. Oh, yeah, I don't know how I perceived Mr. Rogers back in the day, other than I just thought he was really cool. What's that, Peter? So back in the day, they had segregated swimming pools in some parts of the country, not everywhere. So Mr. Rogers, oh yeah, did you see that in the movies, in the documentaries about it? It was radical for its day, but now it's like, what? Yeah, Mr. Rogers brought his mailman, who's African-American, on the show, and they sat together with their feet together in a kiddie pool to show the world, hey, we're all the same people. We share water. We're all humans. We're all sentient agents here. We're all the same. No one's better. No one's worse. We're all the same people. We're all equal. Mr. Rogers creeped you out? Maybe he was putting on the sweater. I guess that was a little weird. Like he's taking off his clothes, kind of like Didn't he change out of his? Yeah, he changed out of his work shoes or whatever, his hard shoes, into something like a slipper, or whatever, or his Vans, his whatever type shoes. So there's a little bit of undressing, which I guess is a little weird. I guess you don't really see like most people on TV, like, hey, every day I'm gonna take my sweater off and my shoes. I guess maybe that was a little weird, but I wasn't. No intuition. Your intuition wrong. He's turned out to be a really sweet man who didn't need animals, so he's a good guy. Felicity, Heidi. I kind of remember that name. I don't think I watched it. It's not really. I can't visualize anything right now. Well, I remember seeing that live on Mr. Rogers, AJ. Awesome. Good for you. I don't think I remember seeing it live. I mean, I could have watched it at the time for all I know and not thought twice about it because, I've never been racist, So I just saw like, oh, that's cool. They're chilling with their feet in the pool. Awesome. What? Yeah. So yeah, when I saw it later on as an adult, like, wow, I realized the historical significance of doing that, Unfortunately, I had to learn about the evils of this world, which I was blissfully unaware of when I was like 6 or whatever, but anyway, Felicity was late 90s. Yeah, that's what I thought, huh? Okay, this is an adult you saying this. You were, as a kid, your intuition was to be creeped out by Mr. Rogers. That's good, Sarah. That's healthy. It's good to, like, when you're a kid to err on the side of caution, if you have some vibe about a person, whether it's objectively right or wrong. You don't know, and the consequences of being wrong are enormous. So, yeah, you did the right thing. If you're getting a creepy vibe, honor that intuition. When in doubt, go without. Don't watch Mr. Rogers. So totally cool. Now you can see that he was a good dude, right? I don't want to beg the question, but hopefully your opinion has changed as all the the information's come about about how Mr. Rogers was, what kind of person he was. Seems like a really sweet dude. Wow, that's awesome, AJ. Marilyn Monroe made the jazz club she frequented put Ella Fitzgerald, an African-American singer, sit at the table with her. That's good. I'm glad the artists are like the ones speaking out about civil rights, especially ones that are into jazz, because, it's You know, in music, especially jazz, you know, it's like you can't be racist. It's all you're jamming with your band. You know, everyone's equal. Everyone's doing their thing. It's an organic thing. You know, it's that's one way to see if you had a racist bone in your body. Just get in a band with someone like that, you'll see, wow, we're all the same. We're all contributing to this organically to this work. So anyway, wow. Wow, AJ, your grandmother used to swim with soupy sails at your local hotel pool. They were good friends. Wow. Oh shit! I gotta text Angie to start the Tuscan kale peel off. Oh my god. Tuscan kale peel off. Yeah, we prepared it in the hot pot thing, the pressure cooker, but I gotta have her turn it on. So hopefully she got my message. I forgot. And late model, I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to you about the whole TKP thing. I've had a hell of a week. I don't want to talk about my something I just don't want to make public. It has nothing to do with happy healthy vegan or anything like that. It's really nothing horrible going on in my life. It's something that's not that great, and I don't want to make it a public issue right now. So that's actually, let me share a little bit of our latest song with you guys. It just got released to the streaming platforms last night. It's called Secrets. This is our Love Spowls Bandcamp. Let me put a link in the show. Our latest song. So let me share a little bit of Secrets with you. I don't even want to tell you. I'll just be quiet and let the music start talking. I'll see how much of that I'll play here. Let me wind it back to the beginning. Oops. You can hear it, right? Synthesizers on the song. Don't we, late model? She's singing really soft, whispering. Billie Eilish or something. And for the rest of the song, I'm really proud of my acoustic guitar. If it's true, this is the end. Secrets again. I got it all wrong. Maybe I'm the bad guy, caught up in my own shit, always questioning why. Wasting years of my life, I was placing the blame when I should've just quit playing this stupid game. Secrets again. Anyway, guys, thanks. That's secret. So that link's there if you want to buy a download. If you like to listen to stuff on like your files rather than streaming. But it's on all the streaming media right now. Look, it's on Spotify, Apple, YouTube Music, and everything. And we even have a lyric music visualizer video. I should have played that for you. Duh, I'm so stupid. But no, I'm not sure if it's out yet or not. But anyway, not out yet. Okay, cool. But cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all your comments here. Let's see. Let me read them out loud here. Peter says, Angie's voice is so beautiful. AJ, this is gorgeous. Late model, you guys definitely have a, quote, sound. I agree. Yeah, we totally have a sound. Sounds good. Let's see. Neo says, Angie's voice is one of a kind. I love her distinguished singing voice. She sounds so beautiful. Carmichael says, it's making me feel chilled out. Heidi, yeah, I really like it. AJ, love this one. Has a very retro sound to it. Uncle, are the lyrics on the website? I'm not sure yet. Do you guys experience chills with music? So thank you guys. Thanks so much.
I heard all that. Thanks.
Yeah, remember we listened to it last night when it came out on streaming? We played it, I think, 4 times. 5 if you count the preview you gave me of the music visualizer video. So I just kept hearing, I wanted to hear it over. I go, wow, this song came out cool. I haven't heard it for a few weeks now, and especially on our stereo out there, so, really sitting on the couch checking it out. And yeah, every time I heard some more stuff I didn't really remember, like, even though I mixed it and everything and mastered it, I just heard some more details I hadn't noticed before.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and Sarah's right, our late model. We have a sound, and that's something that kind of mystifies me and Angie too. I'm trying to figure out what is our sound. It's so us, It's like I don't know any band that sounds like us, and we're not any genre either. We're just kind of like genre fluid and mixing them all the time, taking ideas from our past, like growing up in the 70s and 80s. Really becoming musically aware in the 90s and releasing music and then learning about more chill out and stuff in the 2000s and down tempo and listen to all the
Moby and everything.
Yeah, and the K-pop we're listening to now. It just all blends in our heads, and I don't think anyone has that very few artists probably have that same blend that we got going on. So really, we just have this thing, and we just have not only that, not only the influence is really weird. Once you combine it with our very specific aesthetic of beautiful sadness,
totally.
in the
mid-tempo to slow,
in the slow tempos and the genre blending, I think that just narrows it down to us. Finally it filters down. A lot of people have our influence, but it keeps getting narrower and narrower. But anyway, yeah, we definitely got a weird, unique kind of thing going on.
I love food to start. That's fun.
Okay, it didn't start that long ago. I forgot all about it. The start the TKP.
I'm still kind of full from that lunch.
Yeah, we did have a pretty big lunch.
It's ready the minute.
Yeah, you're probably right. If we eat in like 25 minutes or whatever,
we'll be fine.
Totally cool.
All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna say hi. Thank you.
Andrew says hi and thank you. Cool. So that's about time, huh? It's been 2 hours anyway. I see we're almost hitting the top of the hour here. What's that, David? I thought everyone gets affected by music, or most. Some people don't have feelings. I don't know, like sociopaths and stuff. Can sociopaths like feel music? I don't know. I'm not sure. But yes, this has flown by for sure. When is our next music podcast? Not sure, but yeah, usually after a new song, a couple things happen. We release either a music video, which is more rare, or more commonly a music lyric visualizer video, which Angie has worked on and pretty much finished. And then we do a band podcast too. So yeah, we'll let you know when that starts happening. So yeah, we've been busy. We've been busy little musicians. As Late Model said, we've been cranking them out, huh? Cool, yeah, so check out our music. You can listen to all you want. You can buy, download, or just listen on Spotify or Apple Music, or YouTube has it up on our channels and stuff too. So, and we'll let you know more when the members only last year. I can't promise anything right now, Peter. So I tell you, something kind of trippy's going on right now. That's why I didn't make a video last week, and I'm trying to make enough time just for keeping Happy Healthy Vegan going as normal. Like one response to a nonsense video in the middle of the week, and then on Friday live stream. hopefully I can do another normal, happy, healthy vegan week next week. You know, we'll see. It might just be a live stream. I don't know. I can't really say how it's going to go down. So, anyway, yeah, thanks, Sarah. I think in the end it'll be okay. Just a temporary blip of uncomfortableness to get me to a better place for the rest of my life. Hopefully, we'll see. It's not as dramatic as it sounds. Like, it doesn't involve my family or anyone getting sick or anything. It's I'm just keeping it vague. So anyway, guys, all right, guys. So yeah, I guess I will say goodbye to y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for chilling with me on your Friday nights. Thanks for being longtime viewers and supporters of our all of everything, our vegan activism, our music, and just thanks for being good, decent people. You know, beyond decent, just good people. I enjoy spending my time with, guys. So thanks, Peter and Uncle, for moderating. Didn't have too much to do as I predicted at the start. You know, it's been pretty chill as far as like haters or at least mean people coming, and I'm kind of glad for that. I'm not in the mood, kind of tired. So anyway, guys, yeah, but Friday live stream, get ready for that next. Not Gary, mark that in your heads, your calendars, next Friday, and I'll try my best to get a regular video out for you guys next week. And and I want to thank everyone, including Vegan Jordan, who left a bunch of super chat tips, and Luciano, I think who's left now, right? You go to sleep, and AJ. Thanks so much, guys, for your generous super chat tips. I really appreciate it. And we will think about you tomorrow. So we have our first Valentine's meal together since like pre-2019. So thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. We'll remember this one for sure, guys, because we don't do them that often. So all right, guys, I'll let you go. Enjoy your weekends and stay safe. And remember, until next time, doesn't suck being vegan. All right, take care, everyone.